Honorable Men Discord, A History of Hate, Audrey Masarick. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to get straight into it off the heels of yesterday's episode about the young lady who unfortunately was found hanging from a tree in Mississippi. I have a new story. This has been trending on social media. This young lady, at the time of this event, which I need to say viewer discretion is advised, because I am going to show the videos and I'm not going to blur it out like some of these pages where they have like a cat face on top of it or they just blur it out. I'm not blurring it out because evil needs to be exposed and needs to be shown. At most, I'm going to say viewers' discretion, but I'm going to absolutely show it because this is not something that should just be passed up and hidden. With that being said, this young lady, Audrey, she was hanging out with friends, and she has a history of epilepsy. She was given several drinks, and she was drunk. And then by the time she was fully drunk, her friends took advantage of her, and that's what you're going to see in these videos. I have quite a few things queued up. I'm going to get into all of them, and then I'm going to share my thoughts throughout, if not at the very end. So let's get straight into it.
Bitch, shut your mouth. Shut up.
Tres chicas están siendo investigadas por la policía.
All right, I was only going to play that clip because I got this feed from a Latin channel, so I just wanted you to see it, again, without the blur and without putting some type of image in front of it to downplay the event, all right? Same thing for this next video.
Bitch, shut up. Well, where can we hide the body at, okay?
3 girls are currently under police investigation for allegedly attacking a...
All right, this is TikTok's fake news, so I'm not playing the whole thing. Again, I just played it because for both videos I just showed you, I wanted you to see it clearly without anything blurred, without anything obstructing the image. Now, if you heard in this one, she said, what should we do with the body? Now, do I think she was serious? No, I don't think she was serious. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, and it serves me no purpose to give her the benefit of the doubt. But I'm not going to be biased as to think she really meant that. Keep in mind, these young ladies were recording this. All right, this is their footage from their cell phones or whatever device they use. Just keep that in mind. Also, with me bringing up the fact that she said, what are we going to do with the body? Keep in mind, you know, even on a desensitized level, to make a joke like that just says a lot about how you think about a certain individual. I do have to note, this young lady, Audrey, comes from a mixed family. I have photos at the very end of this video. Actually, I'll show it right now. Her with her grandfather, right?
To the daughter with...
This is her grandfather, all right, not her father. She clears this up too, although this is about daughters without a daddy. Audrey, this is her page. She says, he's my grandfather, but 2, he's my dad, all right? So just understand we're talking about a mixed young lady. There's nothing wrong with her being mixed. There's nothing wrong with mixed families. That's my take on it. Those of you watching this might have a different take on that. I don't see anything wrong with mixed families, all right? But what I do need to highlight, and what the focus should be on, is the fact that when you're of a darker shade, this is where the history of hate comes into play. It wouldn't even matter if you come from a mixed family. And this is why mixed families, if you're a mixed family, if you're a white father with a black wife, or vice versa, if you're a black husband with a white wife, just understand you need to be having discussions with your children, because once they inherit that melanated skin, this is where a history of hate comes into play. This world does not care. There's a group of people, and let me not say this world does not care. There's a group of individuals, or there's a community, there's certain groups of people that just do not like melanated people of any shade. From the time you're melanated, you're going to be having experiences that are unique to that of the melanated people, and no matter what you say, people are going to look at you as if you're complaining, as if you're making things up, if you're exaggerating. But The truth is, unless you're a melanated person, you will never understand the experiences that we go through as melanated people. I'm going to say that again. Unless you're melanated, you will never understand what melanated people go through here in this country and in parts of the world. If you don't believe me, do your due diligence if you care to, which I wouldn't be surprised if there's a group of people that don't care to. But do your due diligence and hear the stories of melanated people, even in traveling. I through this channel, I do so much research and looking up material to talk about. I've seen couples talk about just traveling, black couples, melanated couples, just traveling, going to other places because they want to experience the world, and positive people. And the encounters and the experiences that they have is disgusting. This episode and all my other episodes, especially yesterday's episode, is about awareness. Let's stop acting as though racism doesn't exist. Don't let anyone gaslight you and tell you it doesn't exist. And this is not me spewing hate and me spewing colorism, if that's even a thing. This is about awareness. Do not be naive out there. If you have children that are melanated, you must sit them down and tell them the reality of this life. Does that mean that all people outside of the melanated race are hateful? No. But it also means don't think that it's beyond them to have a little racial animosity. Just don't be naive. And my best advice would be to take things on a case-by-case scenario. You yourself or your children, when they go through certain scenarios, you have to know what is tolerated and what's not tolerated. You have to see the signs of when things are not right, when the respect is not mutual. Jokes. If jokes cross the line, pay attention to the jokes. Pay attention to the signs before you get yourself hurt and potentially unalived. All right, let me continue with these videos.
As I want to give you an update regarding up there in Michigan, when I brought you that video about the young lady that was lured over to a house and there were 3 females that were attacking her. And if you remember, the 3 menaces are Brooklyn Morantz, Daphne Ordway, and Riley Blackwood. And for those that didn't see the video or haven't heard of it, this young lady was lured over. She was laying in the bed. She was clearly out of it because they had given her some alcohol and she was way out of it. She suffers from epilepsy and she had seizures. And at that time, they made some statements about unaliving her. And then they started throwing punches, jumping on her like pile driving like you do in wrestling. Very hard. They were pulling her hair, all that stuff. One of them can even be heard saying, "Where should we hide the body?" Well, the good news is Audrey has actually commented on a couple of posts. Her name is Audrey Mazzari. And this is what she actually said. She said, "Hey, everyone, I'm Audrey. I'm the girl who got beat. I'm doing okay. And I did get rushed to the hospital after that incident with a blood alcohol level of 3 times the legal limit." She said the police, in fact, did show up to that apartment. And she said that she guessed that when she got stable, the nurses said that she went to Riley's neighbor at her apartment and knocked on the neighbor's door, and the neighbor called the ambulance for her. She said she had swollen eyes, she had a scrape on her face, she had a really big knot on the side of her head, and she had rug marks on her waist from when they dragged her upstairs. She did say that she has epilepsy, so the amount of alcohol could have been fatal, and she also could have had a stroke. She did have a seizure in the hospital from being hit in the head. She did say that she suffered mentally, physically, and emotionally that night. She did say they waited till she was completely intoxicated before they attacked her. But she said overall, she's doing okay. She also said that the day after that incident, she took a pregnancy test and found out that she was pregnant. So she has a baby girl. And also, this incident took place back in November. So she still has time to file charges. She also said that she was embarrassed and she was ashamed to let herself get to that point. But she has completely changed her life. Her baby changed her life. But now she is going to seek justice. She couldn't remember anything, so she couldn't press charges. But now that the video has surfaced, she's going to press those charges. And Audrey did state that this is not the first time that they've done this to somebody. They've done this before. So if you've been a victim of these 3 menaces, y'all need to reach out because justice is finally here. I've talked to my team. I think we're going to start a donation site for her. And young people, be careful of the friends in your circle. They're not always in your corner.
Well said. Moving along.
I'm saying this as a white woman to black and brown parents. Do not allow your children around white people right now. I don't know what the fuck is happening, and I'm a white woman saying this. Your children are not loved by every white person. There might be one friend in that entire group who accepts your black or brown child, but the rest of them secretly are fucking seething with hate. What do you mean these 3 little girls didn't even give a fuck that they were being recorded? They were being recorded and they were comfortable saying, "I will unalive this bitch," okay? There is no consequence to white people right now. None for anything that they're fucking doing. They can get away with murder quite literally. We see this right now. And you're still allowing your children to go to some white little girl's fucking house. You don't think her parent is going to be standing right behind her 10 toes down? My daughter would never. She was friends with this black child. She would, yeah, the fuck she would. Look at what they're doing behind closed doors. I hate to fucking say this, look at me, but I don't send your children to white people's fucking homes.
And let me just say, I appreciate those of other races that are genuine and display humanity. Salute to those of you. Salute to this woman right here. Her handle is Just Mom Strength. I appreciate that. Men and women alike. If you're a non-melanated human being that shows empathy, I salute you. I applaud you. You are needed in a world that seems to hate melanated people for just breathing. So it's appreciated. And that's why I incorporated her video into this episode.
That white girl is not your friend. I know you experienced in college, but she's going to put on your character and your personality so that she could have proximity to blackness, so she could sleep with black men. She might get some cornrows in her hair or some box braids. She might swag surf and figure out how to do the stinky leg. And then eventually she's going to treat the culture like she was on a trip backpacking through Europe, and she's going to find herself. And when she finds herself, she'll put away blackness, get herself a white husband, white children, and pretend like she never knew you. Stay careful, stay safe. Bye. Black girls.
That was deep right there. I should play it again, but I'm going to let you rewind if you need to rewind that.
Bitch, shut up. Now, where can we hide a body at, okay?
3 girls.
That little girl couldn't have been my daughter. That little girl couldn't have been my daughter. Had that been my daughter, Hasbi Allah Na'ma Wakil. First and foremost, I hope that little girl is okay, and I hope to God that she gets justice, and those 3 maniac, those 3 witches, I hope to God they get the life that they deserved. But if that little girl who was attacked was my daughter, those 3 girls who are under investigation, not only they would have been mollywopped by me, but I would have mollywopped the parents. I would have mollywopped the grandparents down to her younger brothers and sisters. And if she had a pet, I'd have mollywopped them too. I don't give a damn who gets offended at what I'm saying right now. This right here is unacceptable. This right here is inhumane. This right here needs to stop. And we sit here and we wonder why we are always saying that there's racism in America, because you have chutta shit like this. These girls do not need to be under investigation. These girls need to be behind bars. Their parents need to be behind bars. Whose house were they in? I would sue the crap out of the parents of that house. Not only would I would sue the crap out of the parents of that house, I would not only press charges on those females, but because they are minors, I would press charges on every single parent that they have around. All parents would have been held accountable and charges would have been pressed against them, and I would have sued each and every one of them. I really hope that this goes to the parents of the little girl that was attacked. I really hope that God allows this to land on your For You page. Please press charges on all the parents. Please sue the parents. Please sue press charges on the children. The children are minors. You can't really sue them depending on what state you're in, but you can definitely sue the parents. Hasbi Allah. I leave everything on God's hands, and I pray that the little girl gets justice, and I pray that these 3 witches see the day in jail, and I hope that they get the life that they deserve. I hope the parents get the life that they deserve. Why isn't their parents mollywopping them? Because if one of my first of all and foremost, my daughters would never pull no heinous crap like that, because I would put them 6 feet under.
There's a difference. There's a difference in culture. There's a difference on how we were raised. But as a community, we have to take note of what works. And what works outside of just getting emotional and making a video for social media is, like that woman just said, is taking it to the courts. Because if you reverse this, there's a lot of different things that would happen. If you reverse this, all 3 black girls would have been arrested. There wouldn't have been the semantics, right? Also, the family of the white girl, if it was reversed, would have most likely sued. It would have been one of the two or both. But see, in the black community, again, this is why we have to get our priorities in order, our finances in order. And I'm not talking about the exceptions to the rules. So don't come to me saying, oh, you got your finances in order. I'm not talking about those of you that have your finances in order. I'm talking about the many within our culture that don't have finances together in order for like rainy days, in order for attaining lawyers. All right. Take it to the courts. We're very, as a community, we're very laid back and nonchalant, which is why we get rolled over. We get rolled over because they already anticipate we're not going to do much outside of making social media posts. Maybe rally. All right. Rarely riot. I'm not even condoning riot, but we're too predictable. If we were constantly taken into the court, if we continuously keep ourselves equipped financially to be able to get lawyers to lawyer up, I believe it would decrease the way that they handle us as a community. The problem is other communities would not fly in other communities because they have their resources in order and they work together as a community. Again, like I said on my previous episodes, we're not together as a community. We're too busy talking about who's FBA, who's not, who's a tether. We're using derogatory terms. First of all, tether, when I looked it up, I don't even think that's a legit word, right? But besides the fact, we're too segregated as a community, which is why we get rolled over. And whilst we're missing the point and not paying attention to what's going on in this world because we're fighting among each other, this is why these things take so long to take place, to resolve. Excuse me. These things take a long time to resolve because we're divided as a community, and these things will continue to happen. We're too distracted with nonsense. And don't jump in the comments talking about black on black crime. The community is aware of that. All right, that's a problem on its own that has to be dealt with internally. It has to start in the homes, whether you're a single mother, whether you have two parents. It has to start in the home before it starts with the community. It starts in the home, then it's the community. The community can't be responsible for other people's children. It starts with the home. If you're a mother and you're having multiple babies by different guys, it starts with you. The conversation starts with you. I'm not excluding the fathers as well. If you're out there and you're slinging and you're impregnating a bunch of women, knowing damn well you're not going to be around to take care and raise these children, I'm talking to you. All right. But I don't want to go for subject right now. I want to talk about this subject. Like the lady said, lawsuit, 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 lawsuit. Forget a social media post. Lawsuit. Because this was brazen. This was very, again, this is awareness. Just imagine you're recording you doing this to a quote unquote friend. This is why I say quote unquote friend, because that's another thing. They're not friends. They're not friends. Let me see the video of them doing that to one of their other white friends, and then I'll believe that this is a quirky, odd way of playing around, and even then that it's not acceptable. All right, and keep in mind, like I said in the beginning, this young lady Audrey is from a mixed family. The only difference is the fact that she's mixed and her skin tone is darker. This is why I believe she's treated this way. So don't think that because you come from a mixed family, that won't happen to you. If you're watching this episode and you come from a mixed family, if you're a shade too dark, welcome to the club. Because your experiences throughout this life is going to be much like some of the things that I cover on this channel.
Good morning. So what we're not going to do is make excuses for these three little heathens about what the fuck they did to this young lady. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Especially when they had the audacity to get on live and try to tell their side of the story. Guess who caught that? Let's watch it together, shall we? So yeah, I found the video.
So she was gonna come over, buy the alcohol, and we all started partying or whatever, having a great time. You know, We were playing, what is that game called with the ball?
The little beer pong. It was like mini beer
We were all playing beer pong, taking our little shots or
Aren't they
whatever.
underage?
Audrey is overly taking these shots. I mean, overly. She just cup after cup after cup. So she's like real drunk first, right? Thank you for the army. I can't take that serious. Stop sending me gifts. But so she was drunk. She fell asleep on the couch at first. So we're all just hanging out. But we all wanted to go outside. So she got up. We all walk outside. She walked down the stairs, went outside. Everybody there was smoking a little thing.
They're underage.
She passed out. So, yes, we carried her. It was hard to carry her, so we kind of like...
I heard this is the ultimate
Sorry
stress
about
buster
this,
for our
guys.
generation. Start with a camper van to escape natural disasters. Combine
glad
and
you
Back
did
her back inside.
That's
And
what
then
she was saying. Like, she had rug burn and all that shit. She's a big girl.
Like, she's a big-ass girl. It took four of us, like, to get her back inside. Like, we weren't, like, if we were such bad people, I would have left that girl outside, Raju. And it was raining that night. I would have left that girl outside.
Sound familiar?
Cold as fuck.
In November.
Right. It
Sound
would've,
familiar?
Bro, if we did not care, we would have left that girl outside. And, like, the fact y'all are saying, oh, she was kidnapped. Bro, we were literally outside in the public, in my apartment complex, where she could have, like, ran if she felt unsafe. All this. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
She could have ran if
that's
she
my side
felt
of the story.
unsafe.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, then we got back inside, and she was like, we brought her inside. She was out of it, obviously. Like,
She was
wasn't
out of
really able
it.
to do nothing. So
She
we
was
gave her some
out
cold
of
water,
it.
you know, put some cold water on her. Well, like, made her like sober up, you know. And then like we were just chilling for a while. We were just chilling, we were listening to music.
So she was
Blah,
drunk
blah, blah, blah. I think I was still playing the beer pong or whatever.
and
then-
incapacitated.
After I put her in the shower, she got a little sober, so we all started playing beer pong again.
So she was drunk.
And then she tried to like play fight with me, and we were like, all right, let's go outside. Because like she was trying to fight me and stuff, you know. And
She
then
was.
She was like, no, she didn't want to. And then
Oh, she didn't want
we,
to.
like,
So she wanted to
I
fight you, but
remember
she don't
we
want
made it
to.
into the back bedroom or whatever. And she started like punching me like hard. And like we said, she's a big girl.
Oh, she's a big girl.
Right. I had like marks on my neck from like her trying to hit me and stuff.
Really? Why did she press
Her
charges?
big ass handprint on the side of your cheek.
Bro, oh my god.
You see her guiding her?
Okay.
Like, I barely remember. I only remember really the sober parts, but
She
I just
barely
know my
remembers,
intentions
but she
weren't
remembered all of
to
that.
harm or kill her, as people are saying.
You
I
did
pull up
say
the
that.
picture of me and you with the marks on our face, or no?
Just hold on, post it on your story like after we get off. But
Yeah,
anyways,
I'm
people
trying
going
to
around
that time. But if y'all start going too much,
trying to
I'm
kill
turning
her,
off.
saying that like all that stuff. If we wanted to kill her, then why would we let her walk out of the apartment?
Right, I'm pretty sure if we were trying to, like, kidnap her and, like, we wouldn't let her leave at all.
Out of their own mouth.
Mind you, she knows like who we are.
It was still 1 against 3. Bro, they keep saying that broke something. She was of age.
And there you have it. Yeah, good morning. So what we're not going to do is make excuses for these.
Listen. Don't let the world gaslight you into believing racism doesn't exist. All right? Those young ladies, young girls, they're not ladies, they're girls. Those young girls are so confident that they acted accordingly, saying they brung her inside. It was cold in November. They did her such a favor, so they brought her inside, and while she's still pretty much unconscious, they decide to give her a few elbows and slaps across the face or punches, and they think that's acceptable. Listen, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up, which is why I played it without the social media blur and the cat faces and whatever they're finding to put over the every time they strike the young lady, the young girl. All right, they're all girls. They're not women. They're girls, especially at the time of that event, which was November. But listen, what's your thoughts on all of this? I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, on your way out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And as always, stay honorable.